The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has taken a dramatic turn, with a recent development that has sparked intense debate and raised questions about the future of diplomacy. A crucial moment in the war has unfolded, with a potential game-changer on the table. Ukraine's military has reported that Storm Shadow missiles, also known as Scalp, have targeted a Russian chemical plant in the Bryansk region. This plant is a key producer of gunpowder, explosives, and rocket fuel, according to Ukrainian sources. The attack, which involved a combination of missile and airstrike tactics, successfully penetrated Russia's air defense system, as confirmed by Ukraine's Armed Forces General Staff. The governor of the Bryansk region, Alexander Bogomaz, and the Russian Defense Ministry have both acknowledged the attack, with Bogomaz stating that Ukraine had launched drone and missile strikes on the region earlier on Tuesday. But here's where it gets controversial: the timing and implications of this attack. As Kyiv faced air attacks on Tuesday night, with Russian missile strikes causing fires and damage, the diplomatic efforts surrounding a potential summit between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin seemed to stall. Plans for a meeting in Budapest were shelved after a phone call between Marco Rubio and Sergei Lavrov, which apparently yielded little progress. European diplomats suggest that Russia has maintained its maximalist position, demanding Ukraine's surrender of the entire Donbas region. One diplomat commented, "It became evident for the Americans that there will be no deal for Trump in Budapest." Volodymyr Zelenskyy, the Ukrainian president, has expressed his belief that Russia's interest in diplomacy wanes as Ukraine's long-range capabilities improve. He stated, "The greater our long-range capability, the more Russia is willing to end the war." A senior Ukrainian official described the diplomatic efforts centered around Trump as going in circles and feeling drawn out. Trump's stance has varied, but his most recent position is that the war should halt along the current front line, without Ukraine making territorial concessions. European diplomats are working with Ukraine on a new proposal for a ceasefire along the current battle lines. This proposal includes a reference to a peace board chaired by Trump, modeled after the US 20-point plan on Gaza. Some 35 allies of Ukraine will meet in London on Friday to discuss long-term support for Kyiv. However, some view the European peace proposal as a strategic move to keep Washington engaged in helping Ukraine, rather than a genuine attempt to reach an agreement both sides would accept. For instance, a proposal to use Russia's frozen assets to fund reparations for Ukraine is seen as a non-starter by Russia, according to one diplomat. The situation in Ukraine remains dire, with Russian attacks on Tuesday killing 4 people and leaving hundreds of thousands without power and water in the Chernihiv region. A daytime attack by Russian kamikaze drones in the town of Novhorod-Siversky resulted in the deaths of 4 civilians and injuries to at least 7 others, including a child. As the conflict rages on, the question remains, can diplomacy prevail, or will military might continue to shape the course of this war? The world watches with bated breath, awaiting the next move in this complex and devastating conflict.